it's your boy DJ DNA here again, and I want to thank you guys for coming back to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that. Also, make sure you click on the little bell so you know when new videos are dropping each week. This week, we're doing the whole shebang. We're doing ceremony, we're doing uplighting, we're doing a monogram, and then we're rocking the reception. So today's event is going to be out at Bella Woods in Midlothian, Texas. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend you check them out. They actually have two different venues on the property. They have a smaller one that holds I think 150 guests, and then their bigger one holds 300. It's a really, really cool spot. The smaller one's a little more rustic barn. The bigger one's still that rustic, but on the interior, it's like a fairy tale. I can't wait for you guys to see it. Now, before we get going though, I wanted to take the time. I asked a couple of my Instagram followers, I put it out on my story, hey, what are some of the things that you would like to know about me or my channel? Now, I'm gonna start with Hub City Lovely 97. How would you describe your DJ style as? So my DJ style, I would say, would be very fun and upbeat, but I'm not that cheesy, corny DJ who's gonna jump on the mic, say a whole bunch. I'm gonna do just enough to get the crowd going, but I'm not gonna make this about me, because at the end of the day, this is your wedding. Day's supposed to be about you, so I'm not really trying to steal that spotlight, but more so I'm just trying to help your guests know, hey, this is what we're doing next. This is what they can expect to come up. So like I said, I talk, but I'm not that cheesy, over-the-top type of DJ. Next, we have Jessica May Photos. She asks, how do you link up with so many vendors aside from social media? I think this is a really good question. So one thing I really make the effort to do is when I get to an event, I normally try to introduce myself to the photographer, the videographer, the venue person, and the one thing I really focus on is just trying to make sure I'm super easy to work with. If they ask a question, I'm always super attentive, trying to make sure that I can help in any way. If they need me to help them move a table, I'm totally down for that. Anytime a videographer might need, outputs coming out from my board to record the speeches, I usually try to be super, super helpful. So just trying to do whatever I can to make sure that I'm helpful, not only to my bride and groom, but to all the vendors that are there. Because at the end of the day, if we all get along and we all work great together, they're gonna recommend me and I'm gonna recommend them. So I just try to make sure that I'm super easy to work with. Try not to be your typical DJ who can sometimes be divas, or they think that their only responsibility is to, play the music and kind of be the life of the party. I try to make sure that I'm more helpful and things like that. If I see somebody spill something on the floor, I would run back and let the venue person know, hey, we need a mop, or I'll even mop it up myself. I really don't mind. So next I have Mrs. Santa Maria 9520. She asks, any embarrassing moments during your DJ career? Don't know about embarrassing for me per se. It's been embarrassing for the bride and groom. One event in particular that comes to mind is we were doing a wedding for a guy who was getting remarried, and his daughter was there. She came up to me and was like, hey, can you play this song that I really want to dance with my dad? It was like a George Strait song or something like that. So I was like, yeah, of course. So I play the song for her, and as soon as I play the song, she runs down and she's looking for her dad so that way they can dance the song. But he actually grabs his new wife and takes her out to the dance floor instead, and the daughter loses it. She starts cussing him out. She starts talking about how he was the one who cheated on her mom, blah, blah, blah. And, long story short, they had to escort her out of the venue. Bree Morado, she asks, what's your favorite part about DJing? My favorite part about DJing would just be seeing everybody out on the dance floor having a good time. Music can really bring people together. Sometimes, you might not know what people are going through, and being able to DJ these events that are really, really fun for these people, and allowing them to maybe forget about what's going on in their life for a few hours just to kind of hang out with their family and really enjoy themselves on the dance floor. That right there, that's, priceless for me. I love that part about DJing. Axel ENT DJ asks, what got you into DJing and when did you start? Keep doing your thing, bro. I appreciate that, man. So what got me into DJing and when did I start? So let's start off what got me into DJing. I kind of got into DJing really by chance, because my grandparents' 50th wedding anniversary was taking place in West Texas, and my mom and all her siblings were planning out the party. So I think they had finished pretty much everything, and the last thing that they needed was a DJ. So our family's sitting around, and one of my aunts, she's like, oh, we should have Nathan do it. Mind you, I had never DJ'd anything before. I didn't even have equipment, but to my surprise, everybody thought it'd be a great idea. So long story short, my mom takes me out to a little music shop here in Irving. She buys me two, I think they were PV SP5s at the time, a Mackie amp, and then I just took like our old PC, hooked everything up, and that was my first gig, man. I was 14 years old, so I've been doing that ever since. So I'm 28 now. I was 14 at the time, so 14 years. That's when I got my start, and that's about how long I've been actually DJing. Now, mind you, when I first started, it wasn't like beat matching or mixing or anything like that. It was literally play one song, let it finish, play the next. But really, as I took it more seriously and learned from other DJs, you know, I just started practicing and trying to beat match and things like that. So that's kind of how I got my progression to where I'm at now. My guy Mauro_Renee asks, what inspired you to be in the DJ/music industry? So first off, the biggest inspiration, I guess you could say, when I was, you know, in middle school, even before I had really planned on being a DJ, I used to listen to Casa 106.7 every single morning on the way to school. If you're from Dallas, Texas, you probably know that music station. It's not around anymore, but at the time it was me and Mowdy, Big Baby, and I can't remember who the other people were on there, but DJ Big Baby, man, he had this thing called the Chorizo Mix every morning. On my way to school, I would listen to him, and just the things that he would do, like mixture-wise, I'll never forget this one mix in particular stood out to me. He took Rihanna and that Norse song, I think it was called Calabria, and he mixed them together. And dude, that like blew my mind. I was like, oh, how did he do that? Like, it sounds super cool. So just listening to DJ Big Baby mix every single morning, kind of, I guess, like piqued my interest into DJing. My boy Films by Jaime asks, how long have you been in the DJ biz? So like I said, I got my start when I was like 14, but I didn't really take DJing seriously as like a business until about 3 or 4 years ago. I mean, from when I was 14 to now, of course, I was like doing weddings here and there. I was probably doing like 10 to 12 a year. And then about 3 years ago, I met my business partner, Joel. And then that's kind of when I really started taking this a lot more serious, really getting into the wedding game and figuring out like how to differentiate me from, you know, the other competition that's in the area. And so now we do about 60 to 70 weddings a year. Have a couple of DJs who help us out, but that's kind of how long I've been it. So I've been doing it since I was 14, actually DJing, but actually in the business and taking it seriously the last 3 or 4 years. My guy Vasquez_Lencho asks, if you could DJ for any artist, who would it be? Oh man, that's a tough one. I don't really know. I wouldn't say necessarily like DJing for an artist would be my dream. I think more so DJing at like a festival would be dope. You know, one of these EDM festivals would be super cool. But if I had to pick a particular artist, I'd probably go like Drake. I mean, Drake's dope. I really like his music. He put on a crazy show here in Dallas a few months ago that I had the opportunity to attend. So yeah, I'd probably go with Drake. So yeah, that's all the questions I got for this week, guys. I want to thank you again for checking out the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, share for me, and let's get loaded up. We'll get out to Bella Woods and we'll see you in a bit. Until next time. Get loaded up. You guys can see it is pouring out here. This makes load in and load out, man, that much harder. But the show must continue. So let's go ahead and get loaded up, and we'll meet you guys out at Bella Woods. All right, guys, so we made it out to Bella Woods Wedding and Event Center. If you've never been out here, I definitely recommend you come check it out. They actually have 2 venues out here on the property. This one right here to my right is their smaller of the 2 chapels. It's called the Woods Site. And then over here on the left is actually where we're gonna be this evening. This is the Sky Chapel. It's for, you know, your bigger weddings, you know, your weddings of like 200, 250 guests. That's the Bella Barn, so that's the reception area. I think the capacity in there is like 300 or something like that. Here's the office. There's Kim May, the owner. Her and her husband actually run this venue. They are super awesome people. So yeah, definitely come check this place out. If you haven't, you know, selected a wedding venue, this is definitely one you should add to your list. There's the chapel again. It's nice because everything is like right here on the property. They also have a really nice groom's room and bride suite. So yeah, come check it out. We're gonna get unloaded, get inside, and begin setting up. So we'll see you guys in a bit. All right, guys, so we are here at Bella Woods. Let's go ahead and go inside, check out the setup. getting all set up for the reception. Look at these flower arrangements, man. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh yeah, I look good.
There he is. We're running 2 K12.2s. You can see them setting up. We got some uplights that we're working on. Our KW181 over there. We were gonna run 2, but I ended up getting food poisoning yesterday and really didn't feel like loading up both of them. So we're just gonna rock with them. Should be plenty loud in here. So yeah, that's basically the setup for tonight. I'm gonna be using a Pioneer DDJ SX3. We have an SZ2 as well, but it was in Austin actually getting repaired. So we just brought out the little mini SX3 for tonight. So yeah, guys, stay tuned. We'll give you another look once everything is all set up, once we have the uplights and monogram put up, and then we'll also walk you over to the ceremony area. So yeah. All right, guys, so we're all set up for this evening. You can see we're doing like a blush pink uplights all around the venue. We still need to set up the monogram. The monogram is gonna go like right in the center of the dance floor there, and we'll show you guys that once that's set up. Bring you over here to the command station. We got the DDJ SX3 set up along with the laptop. I'm just running the Spotify playlist right now. We forgot our facade, and I forgot my case for my SX3, but let me show you guys how we did this. This is actually the box underneath here of the SX3, but we just put a tablecloth over it. So, you know, sometimes with weddings you have to improvise. You know, you might forget something. So yeah, we improvised. Looks pretty good, actually. I kind of like it. We cleaned up the wires really nicely so they're nice and taped down. We have our command center over there for the uplights so we can control those throughout the night. The QSC K12.2s, we have all the wires taped down right up against the stands, as you can see. So yeah, that's pretty much it for setup wise. It's fairly simple, nothing too crazy. We put the sub underneath the table, so you can't see it, but it's down there. And then we have our other K12 over here on the right. Yeah, so we're ready to rock, man. We're gonna go over to the ceremony, get that set up here shortly. But it looks gorgeous in here. Kim did an amazing job with the flowers and decorations, as always. So we are done with the reception setup. Now we're gonna come over here to the chapel and make sure that we have all of our ceremony stuff set up, get our officiant mic'd up, get our groom mic'd up, get some background music playing so that way once the guests get here, they can, you know, just have something to listen to. They're not just sitting around in silence. So this is the Sky Chapel here at Bella Woods. And let's go in and show you guys what it looks like. So we are inside the chapel for the wedding. You guys can see it's like a really cool, like kind of old school feel chapel to it. All the pews in here. Super, super cool spot. So here at Bella Woods, this is where we usually set up for the ceremony. So we have our mixer here. Today I'm just gonna run everything off an iPad, music-wise. I have everything preloaded on that iPad there. I'm gonna connect it. We'll run the mics. They already have the mics here for us too, which is really nice. So we'll get that set up, and we'll be back.
Jesus Christ, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss your bride. Collin Garcia.
So we just finished the ceremony, and now we're going back over for the reception. Ceremony went pretty smooth. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple, straightforward. They had a unity candle, all that good stuff. So now we're gonna head back over to the reception area. I'm gonna get changed, get out of this polo, put my suit on, and then wait for the guests to come over for cocktail hour. So stay tuned, guys. It should be a really good night. Should be lots of fun. Pretty excited about this one, so see you in a bit. All right, guys, so we are dressed now. Everybody's upstairs for the cocktail hour, and we're just downstairs waiting for everyone to come in. Probably in about 30-40 minutes they'll be down here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so at this time what we'd like to do is go ahead and bring in our wedding party. First we have Kieran and Lucas. Next we have Alex and Madison. We have Erica and Tyler. We have Valerie and Ryan. We have Courtney and Justin. We have Elena, Tristan, and Kyle. We have our maid of honor, Laura, and best man, Cody. Now, if you could please stand up and put your hands together for the reason we're here this evening, Mr. and Mrs. Collin Garcia. One more time, a big round of applause for Mr. and Mrs. Collin Garcia. Now at this time, we'd like to invite Collin and Courtney to the dance floor for their first dance as husband and wife.
Okay.
We would like to please ask if everyone can start making their way outside. We're going to have a sparkler exit for Courtney and Collin, so if we can get everyone to start making their way outside, we're going to have a sparkler exit. They're going to have a private dance in here with just them two. They're photographers and video guys. So if you can please start making your way outside of the venue at this time. We will let everybody come back in to gather their belongings once they're done. So please start making your way outside. Grab a sparkler. Please do not throw them in the grass after they are done burning. I believe there's a bucket out there for you to put them in. So please make your way outside. Don't forget to grab a sparkler. Thank you guys again. Be safe. Until next time.
Well, it was another successful event. What'd you think, Joel?
I think you rocked it, man. You rocked it.
Appreciate it. So, guys, thank you for checking out another weekly gig log. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell button so that way you know when new videos drop. Until next time, until next week, we'll see you at next week's wedding. Good night. Yeah.